Imagine walking along a tropical beach at sunset. You spot a shell half buried in the sand. It's beautiful, decorated with intricate, geometric patterns of brown and white that look like a hand-painted tapestry. You reach down to pick it up, but before your fingers even close around the shell, you are in a life-or-death situation. You've just met the cone snail, and it is arguably the most dangerous creature in the ocean. To the casual observer, a cone snail looks like a slow, harmless mollusk, but inside that beautiful porcelain-like shell lives a predatory genius with a weapon system that would make a military engineer jealous. Because they are slow and have to hunt fast-moving prey like fish, they can't rely on a chase. Instead, they've evolved the ultimate, one-hit kill. The cone snail's primary weapon is a specialized tooth called a radula. But this isn't a tooth for chewing. It's shaped like a harpoon, tipped with a barb, and it's hollow. When a fish swims too close, the snail extends a long, flexible tube called a proboscis. In a fraction of a second, faster than the blink of an eye, it fires that harpoon into the fish. The harpoon is loaded with a cocktail of toxins known as conotoxins. This isn't just any venom. It is a cabal of hundreds of different chemicals working together. Some of these chemicals act as a nirvana cabal. They contain high levels of insulin that cause the fish's blood sugar to plummet instantly, putting it into a state of hypoglycemic shock. The fish becomes sluggish and confused, literally unaware that it's being eaten. Other toxins in the mix shut down the nervous system, paralyzing the prey instantly. The snail then retracts the harpoon, pulling the paralyzed fish into its expanding mouth like a living sleeping bag. For humans, the danger is real and terrifying. Among the hundreds of species of cone snails, the geography cone is the most lethal. It's earned the nickname the cigarette snail. The legend says that if you are stung by one, you'll only have enough time to smoke one last cigarette before you die. There is no antivenom, because the venom is a complex mixture of hundreds of different toxins. Doctors can only treat the symptoms and wait for the body to clear the chemicals. If you're lucky enough to be put on a ventilator in time, you might survive. If not, the paralysis will eventually hit your diaphragm, and you'll stop breathing. But here is the twist: the very thing that makes the cone snail a nightmare for fish is a miracle. For modern medicine, scientists are obsessed with cone snail venom, because the toxins are so specific in how they target the nervous system. They are being used to create a new generation of painkillers. One drug derived from cone snail venom, called ziconotide, is 1,000 times more powerful than morphine. But it's non-addictive, because it blocks specific calcium channels in the spinal cord that send pain signals to the brain. It can treat chronic pain that no other medicine can touch. We are literally taking the most lethal poison in the sea and turning it into a gift for people suffering from untreatable pain. Beyond medicine, the cone snail is a master of sensory perception. Since they often hunt at night or buried in the sand, they don't rely on sight. Instead, they use a specialized organ called an osphradium to smell the water. They can detect the chemical signature of a fish from several meters away, tracking it through the darkness like a heat-seeking missile made of slime. The shell itself is a marvel of evolution. The patterns we find so beautiful are actually a result of the snail's growth process. And because the snail is usually buried or active at night, the patterns serve almost no camouflage purpose. They are a mystery of nature, a masterpiece of design that no one was ever meant to see. The cone snail is a reminder that in the natural world, beauty is often a warning. It is a creature of extremes. A slow-moving snail with the fastest weapon in the sea. A lethal killer that provides the key to healing. A beautiful object that carries a silent, hidden sting. So, the next time you're beachcombing in the Indo-Pacific, remember the cigarette snail. Admire the patterns. Respect the geometry. But whatever you do, leave the shell in the sand. Nature doesn't have a sense of irony, but it does have a sense of balance. The ocean's most beautiful shell belongs to its most sophisticated assassin. Does the idea of a nirvana cabal change how you think about predators? Or is the thought of a cigarette snail enough to keep you out of the water forever? Thanks for watching.